Welcome! This video is about items for postpartum and newborn post-COVID-19. None of them are sponsored. I received most of the items in this video from other parents, family, and friends through my baby registry at Target. If I didn't get the item at Target, I'll say so in the video. I decided to put newborn and postpartum items in the same video because I've never made a video like this before, and the ones that were the most useful to me when I was pregnant were pretty long. So I'll try and put timestamps inside of the video to help you out. I'm giving you my opinion on my experience. This is my first baby, so really it's what she likes. Your baby may have the same taste or different. Every baby is different. Hi, I'm Vivian. I'm a businesswoman who gets to be a mom. My daughter is Avani Ocean. She came to me at 38 weeks and 3 days. I was a grown-ass woman when she came into my life. And being her mom is teaching me a lot. I hope what I learned is helpful to you. There are plenty of videos that can tell you what to put in your hospital bag and all of those different things. The things in this list are things that really made a difference for us because of COVID-19. We were pregnant the entire time of coronavirus and the global pandemic, and these are things that we did that made a huge difference just to make things just a little bit easier. So let's start with the baby registry. First and foremost, with the baby registry, what we decided to do was to get a custom URL. So we went through, I think my husband went through Bluehost. We got a custom URL, which is Anderdaughter, because my legal last name is Anderson, and instead of an Anderson, she's an Anderdaughter. So anderdaughter.com takes anybody who's interested to our registry. And the reason why we did that is because it made it easier for people to remember. We knew that they were never going to meet us in person, so having a custom URL was a little way of making it special and also making it easy to remember. The next thing that's important about having your baby registry, especially after COVID-19, is having an email list with your friends and family on it. Now, you might be connected with your friends and family on LinkedIn, but there's always like a grandparent who's not using Facebook or a friend from work that you picked up. So what we decided to do is that we used our wedding list, and then we made additions and removed different people, and that was the list that we used in order to invite everyone to our virtual baby shower and to share our baby registry. But you need a place to put everybody. So we decided to use Zoom, which is pretty easy because a lot of people are familiar with Zoom now post COVID-19. And we just use our regular old Zoom account, and we put that in an email to everybody so they had the URL, they knew where to go. And we use a system called Mixmax, which is an add-on that you can add to a Gmail account. And Mixmax allows you to schedule emails. It kind of turns your regular old Gmail account into something more familiar with like MailChimp or Constant Contact. So because we wanted to schedule the email that went out to everybody, we use Mixmax. So I would highly suggest using your regular old account, or if you have a MailChimp or Constant Contact or anything like that, it's pretty cool because then you can add photos or video or any other links. We could see that Target was running pretty easily, so we decided to use Target for the baby registry, and pretty much everything that we needed was there and available on Target. And if there was something that we wanted that they didn't have at Target, we figured that we'd just buy it ourselves instead of having it as a part of the registry. 4 things that I would say are must-haves for me in a post-COVID-19 world is a face mask. Not just for me, but for people who are coming to visit and spend time with my baby. Hand sanitizer, because I enjoy hand sanitizer that's given out at events, like as a giveaway gift, but I'm not the type of person who would walk around with hand sanitizer nowhere near as much as I do now. And especially when people are in the home or when you're changing diapers, hand sanitizer is very, very useful. And because you're washing your hands so much, it's helpful to have it on the go. Now, the next thing I would say is just hand soap. And I know that you would normally have hand soap in your house, but I would say having a special hand soap that is that's fragrance free as much as possible. So not only are you washing your hands because you have a new baby, but you're washing your hands and you're telling other people to wash their hands because of the coronavirus. I've only really had a couple of family members who have come to visit Avani Ocean, and when they did come, we used the hands-free thermometer to check their temperature, and then also, we went through the regular kind of COVID steps of washing your hands, and then anytime you're touching anything, or if you need to leave my home and go somewhere and come back, then we use the hand sanitizer and all that kind of stuff. So the 4 things definitely for sure that I have that are must-haves just because of coronavirus are a hands-free thermometer, face mask, hand sanitizer, and then specialized hand soap. And so, if you're watching this video, I do have a free download if you want to download this exact list, and it also gives you a link to my baby registry. Of course, we filled everything because I have it here, but it's good to be able to see the products and exactly the sizes and stuff like that. So everything is on a checklist down below. So if you look in the description box down below there, you can download it and maybe gift it to a mom who's expecting, or use it yourself, or use it as a reference. It would be super helpful to me. So all of these things have been. So if you want to use them, you can too. So let's get right into it. My number one must-have for a newborn are baby blankets and birth cloths. Of everything that we purchased, that's something that we use every single day, and I don't regret the number that we have. When we did have them on our baby registry, you'll see that we had a lot of blankets and birth cloths, and for a time I thought maybe we had too many. We did not have too many, because newborns, they spit up, they have blowouts. There's all kinds of stuff that goes down, so having multiple blankets and multiple birth cloths is just helpful. Because you don't have to do as much laundry, to be honest. So speaking of laundry, I would say having onesies is a must-have. Of course, having a little one, it's exciting to have little outfits, and people at the baby shower will want to gift you cute outfits, but they're not going to fit it, and especially because of the social distancing and being at home all the time, we have not had a chance to put her in any super cute outfits. Of course, we did take pictures. She did her newborn photos, and we took photos for her 1 month. But other than that, there's really not been an opportunity for her to dress up. At most, maybe going to the doctor's office, since that's pretty much the only place that we've been. So having onesies, I would highly suggest. I don't think that you'll need a lot of the other outfits. So the next thing that we use all the time, and is just the holy grail item, is a boppy. So a boppy is a pillow that's formed so that you can breastfeed, but we also use that pillow for her to sit in. We use it when she's hanging out in the living room. I've used it, and I found out that she hit a milestone and was able to lay alone by herself when we were taking her newborn photos, or was it her 1 month photo? I think it was her 1 month photos. She actually sat in the boppy with a blanket over it and sat there and actually rested, and that was a big breakthrough. So the boppy is a must-have for sure. I highly recommend it. Breast milk has a certain consistency that it doesn't really come out of your plate, especially plastic stuff. It's a little bit oily. So having the breast milk soap has been really useful. I highly recommend that. We use the Medela breast soap for our baby. So the next thing you need is a changing pad, and not just a changing pad, but a changing pad with a waterproof cover, because you will have accidents when you're changing your baby, and one of the things that you don't want to happen is not have access to that changing pad, because for our baby, at least for our little Avani Ocean, she likes a particular changing pad because we had one that came with the furniture, but we were able to change it out, and she actually enjoyed it more because she would have little freak outs when we went to change her. When we used the new changing pad with the waterproof cover, that's the one she preferred. Is a bathtub with a dispenser. So this is the bathtub that we use. It's like a whale design, and it works really great for us. We like it because of the netting, which supports her, and you can adjust it. So this particular tub can stay with her through the ages. But one of the things that really made a difference when we were bathing her is using a soap dispenser, because I like to use Aveeno soaps and Aveeno products, it's really tough to hold the baby and get the soap. So I would highly recommend that you have a dispenser because it's really helpful in the moment. So the next thing you're going to need is a portable changing kit. So we used the changing kit that came inside of her diaper bag. So in the diaper bag, it came with a changing kit that had space for wipes and a space to put diapers and just little things that you need in the moment. And having that changing kit is really great even inside of the diaper bag, because the one or couple times that she's been out, we have used it and it's been really helpful. So the next thing is the actual diaper bag. So when you're traveling or taking the baby out of the house, you definitely want to have a diaper bag because it helps to just have everything in one place. If she gets sick, if she needs a toy, if there's anything that your baby needs, you want to have that inside of the diaper bag so that you're not stressing out on the go. For our baby, and it came from our pediatrician, is vitamin D drops. So babies, or at least our baby, doesn't go outside and isn't around, isn't in the sun or anything like that. So having vitamin D drops that we give her every day, we give her up to the second line on the dispenser. We give it to her every day, and it's been really helpful. So next thing given to us by our pediatrician were saline drops, because babies, they get little boogers and things like that, and they have no idea how to blow their nose or anything like that. You want them to be able to breathe. So putting in the saline drops with a syringe, a bulb syringe, just to get everything, all the mucus out of their nose, and you'll get mucus out of their mouth, is really helpful, just to help them to be able to breathe easily. And our Frida baby has a really nice product that looks super weird, but it does work. It's the, if you look online, everybody swears by it. So that's what you use to get all the mucus out of the baby's nose and mouth. Okay, so you're gonna need a diaper caddy and also different diapers. So we were super blessed that when we left the hospital, our hospital gave us a lot of different items, and they gave us different things to include in the baby bag, and things like the diapers, wipes, all kinds of stuff to get us started. And definitely did not need anything for at least a week, if not 2 weeks. But the diapers they gave us were Huggies, and we received Pampers from other parents and from our baby registry, and we actually have blowouts with the Huggies. So in my opinion, I would continue to use Pampers until I have any issues. But as of right now, we're right into 2 months and we've not had any issues, and we're going to stay with the Pampers as far as diapers go. I would recommend those. So next, something that also came from the other parents are water wipes. Those water wipes have been really great. They have a nice consistency. They don't have any fragrance. There's not a lot of other stuff in it. It's mostly water. I like that a lot because, just having a newborn, I had no idea how much stuff we'd be throwing away. I mean, diapers, plastic, bags, the containers, we make a lot of trash. So being able to at least use this, which is environmentally friendly somewhat, is nice. And I also like the packaging that it came in, because it doesn't have a lot of plastic. It just has a little flap, and you you open that flap and you get the wipes out, and it's all good. Speaking of trash, is a diaper genie. I know people go back and forth. If you look at the reviews, people are saying, yeah, it's good, no, it's not, maybe it'll break. But honestly, it's not that expensive, you guys. It's under 40 bucks, and it's well worth having, not to have your whole house smelling like, you know what I mean? If you have an option to get it, and especially if you're thinking about what to put on your baby registry, put the diaper genie. If it breaks, it breaks. So what? Otherwise, baby products like your hygiene products, so soap, shampoo, and lotion. And for me, that means Aveeno. I love Aveeno products. They are dermatologist tested, and that's how they come about. That's their whole brand, and I love their products. I've used them for years before I had a Sony Ocean, and now that they have their baby line, I highly recommend it. It's the only thing that we use on her skin. So we use the baby soap, which is a bath soap and shampoo. We use that on her. And then we use this lotion. That's the lotion that we use on her after each bath. We give her a little baby massage, a little spa day, and she loves it. However, at 1 month, I noticed that we used certain things that we did not use when she was a newborn, and one of them is this hatch. This hatch is so awesome. It helps your baby to be able to rest and get good sleep. We didn't order it, or we didn't put it on our baby registry. It was a gift from a friend who is a parent and really felt like we needed it, and I'm glad that he got it for us. I don't know if they sell it at Target. If they do, then you can get it there, but otherwise it's Hatch. It looks like this, and I highly recommend it. The swing is the next thing I highly recommend for you and your baby. Our baby, Evanio, she didn't use it as much when she was a newborn, but as she moved into being about 1 month old, she started to use her swing, which is really exciting because it was a place where we could put her down and get little things done like washing dishes and things like that, and it really made a huge difference. The next thing is an activity mat that's helpful with your baby's development. Being able to use an activity mat to notice when they're developing is really great, and this is the one that we use. And the last thing is the Baby Bjorn baby carrier. Like I said, I mean, it's quarantine, and we had our baby during social distancing and everything like that, so we weren't going anywhere. I haven't had a huge opportunity to use it, but once she kind of got her bearings and could sit, she can't sit up on her own, but as she developed, having the baby carrier and having a place to put her while I was able to do things in the house, especially after I started to heal with my C-section, was super helpful. The last section I want to get into is postpartum care, and the one thing I highly recommend is having emotional and mental support. Postpartum is no joke, and if you're breastfeeding, it's even, you know, that's another level of different things, and being able to feel all of the hormones leaving your body after giving birth is a shock to the system. At least it was for me, and I would highly recommend mental and emotional help. I was blessed to have my mother-in-law with us for a month helping with the baby, and even with that, I could have used more help. So if there's any help available to you, professional or with your family or friends, please accept it because you will need it. Comfortable clothes. If you notice here, even I'm wearing something where it buttons in the front, things that don't, you know, that you're not constrained, is really nice. For me, I like to look pretty. Of course, I dress up to make this video, and for me, and if I can have clothing that is kind of close to what I would wear out and about, I do that. I highly recommend like Everyday pajamas. You know, treat yourself so that you feel comfortable and you feel, you know, ideal. You feel elegant within your home. Even if you're hanging out inside or breastfeeding or whatever, it's good to feel good and to feel pretty, I'd say. Then that being said, I highly recommend this Freedom Mom. I got the Freedom Mom Hospital Complete Kit. You know, don't stress yourself out. Just buy what's already made. And with the Freedom Mom kit, it came with these shorts, not the briefs, but the shorts are amazing, especially if you're having or if you had or are going to have a C-section. For me, they made all the difference. I felt so comfortable in them, and I highly, highly recommend. My feet were super swollen right until I gave birth, and they are still swollen now because I'm not down to my normal size, but I highly recommend those Crocs ballet shoes because they're awesome. You know, they stretch with you and they're comfortable and they can give you support. Because I don't know about you, but my back hurts now more than it ever did. The last couple of items that you'll need is, just like you have front opening clothes, is a nursing bra and nursing pads. Nursing pads are become pretty epic as you're breastfeeding because your breast will leak while you're sleeping. So I highly recommend those. And the last thing is a breast pump. I use the LV breast pump. It's pretty awesome because I can feed my baby on one breast and pump on the other. And when I have both of them on, I'm hands-free to be able to do dishes or hold my baby or do anything like that. So I highly recommend. Thanks for watching. Believe it or not, this is a short list of items. There's so many other things that I would put here, but when it comes to must-haves, these are what I would say are must-haves. If you want me to go into detail on any of these, comment below. I'd be happy to do that for you. So far, Avani Ocean's been a pretty chill baby. The only thing that kind of popped up is she showed sign of nipple confusion, and with that, we did try out different bottles. If you want a video that talks about those different bottles and what we did there, I'm happy to do that as well. If you want a video on that, let me know. If you want to download the exact list that I talk about in this video, then you can download it at the link below in the description box. If you are a businesswoman and a mother, I'm sure you could use some emotional support. to connect with some other adults. I invite you to my private Facebook group, FMC, where women do business. The link is in the description box below. Thanks again for watching. I hope you found this information useful. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you download that link in the checklist below in the description box. If you like this video, you'll probably like other videos that are here. I went ahead and picked out a couple for you. Go ahead, click it. Watch it now.